Here we go. An experiment. Here's the definition. Researchers randomly assign subjects to groups and control conditions in order to determine cause and effect. So the experiment is the only one that can determine cause and effect. So here we have is we need to have these different definitions. So let's get them right now. An experimental group is the group that receives the independent variable. The control group is the group that does not receive the independent variable. It's used for comparison. The independent variable is the thing that the experimenter manipulates or changes. The dependent variable is the thing that is measured at the end of the experiment. So let's go over that again in real terms now. You're probably writing frantically. Okay, so you usually have, in an experiment, you usually have two groups. That's not always the case, but we're just going over a basic experiment. So you have one group over here, which is the experimental group, and you have another group over here, which is the control group. So both groups are going to have all their conditions the same except for one, and that one is going to be the independent variable. It's the thing that the experimenter is trying to study, basically. It's the thing that is different between the two groups. It's the thing that the experimenter manipulates or changes. So then, after the independent variable, after we do that, then we use the dependent variable to measure it. So the dependent variable is the difference that we find between the two groups, if there is any. Let's do some examples. All right. Dr. Baldwin studies the effects of marijuana on memory. She designs an experiment where half the group is receiving THC, the active ingredient in marijuana, and the other group gets oregano. The subjects are all given the same list of words to study while they are smoking the substances. Recall is tested 1 hour later. All right, let's take a look. So, we've got two groups of people in the room. One group, or let's say there are two different rooms but very similar, everything about the rooms is the same. We've got one group smoking marijuana and we've got another group smoking oregano. And while they're smoking this, they're all supposed to be studying a list of words. After they finish their smoked substance, we say, okay, let me have those words that you were supposed to study, and we want you to write down as many words as you can recall. Okay, so hopefully you've got this visualized. So now my question to you is what is different between the two groups? What's the independent variable? Hopefully you know that it's the type of substance smoked, or the THC. That's what they're testing. How are we going to test it? We're going to test it by measuring the number of words recalled. Number of words recalled. All right, let's try another one together. A test was designed to test the effects of alcohol on motor coordination. Group 1 was given a mixed drink with 2 shots of alcohol in it. Group 2 was given a mixed drink with 1 shot of alcohol in it. Then their motor coordination was tested by asking them to do a series of balancing exercises. Alright, let's do it. So we got one group over here, they got 2 shots. We got another group over here, they've got 1 shot of alcohol in it. Then we have them drink that, and then let's say we wait 10 minutes, and then we put them on a balance beam. And we see how well they can perform these balancing exercises. So hopefully you've got the setup, hopefully you can visualize it. So what's different between the two groups? What's the independent variable? The amount of alcohol. See, one group had 2 shots, another group had 1 shot. What's the dependent variable? How are we going to measure the effects of the independent variable? We're going to look at their motor coordination performance. Okay, let's try a couple more. We'll do these last 5 and then whew, we're done, because I know you must be tired, because I am tired of talking. Okay. A study was conducted on sleep deprivation and cognitive performance on a problem-solving test. One group of subjects was deprived for 1 hour of sleep, and the other group of subjects was deprived of 4 hours of sleep. Then they were given a problem-solving test. Okay, so one group said deprivation of 1 hour of sleep, other group 4 hours of sleep, and then we're giving them all the same problem-solving test. So hopefully you know what's different between the two groups, what's the independent variable, Number of hours of sleep deprivation. All right, now, how are we going to measure the effects of sleep deprivation? Problem solving test score. Hopefully you're getting it. We just have 2 more. Let's try them. A recent report found that blueberries enhanced the maze running performance of mice. What was the independent variable and a dependent variable of this experiment? We have to set this one up a little bit differently. Okay, so let me help you out with this. Okay? What we've got is we've got 2 groups of mice, and they're both running the same maze, but the same exact maze, but they're in 2 separate areas. So you've got one mouse over here in this maze and one mouse over here in this maze. It's the same exact maze. But these mice over here, they got fed blueberries. These mice over here on this side, they got regular old mouse chow. And then what we do is we time how fast does each group run. So let's see what the independent variable is. The blueberries, type of diet, right? What's the dependent variable? How are we going to measure the effects of the blueberries? Time of maze running. Okay, last one. We are studying whether or not a new vitamin supplement helps boost memory retention. So what I'm trying to do is get you to set it up. What would we do? What would be the experimental group? Okay, so hopefully you got a chance to think about it. The experimental group would be given the new vitamin. What about the control group? What would they get? They would get a placebo. So a placebo is an inert substance. It's like something like water that you tell them, or it'd be like a capsule full of nothing, of just fiber or something. Okay, so that's what we would do is one group gets the new vitamin, the other group gets a placebo, and then what we'll do is we'll give them a memory test. So what would be the independent variable? The vitamin supplement. What would be the dependent variable? Memory performance on a retention test. Okay, well you guys must be tired because I am tired. So you'll have a little quiz. So you'll have like a little quiz on this lecture that will be presented to you. So you can go do that now to see how well you understood the information.